Okay, today's video is the first video in a series of videos that I intend to do. I suppose it's a philosophy about how this Discus tank came together, why it came together in the way that it did, and mainly my auto water change system. There's a couple of things, reasons that I went auto water change. First off, I tried a very similar tank, but I tried it with Platinum Angel fish. It's on the header on my page, on my YouTube page. You might see the picture of the Platinum Angels and the planted aquarium. The most sensitive fish that I put into that were ruby nose tetras. They are unbelievably sensitive to water changes. And when I tried doing large 50, 60, 70% water changes on it, on a couple of occasions you wiped out the entire show of ruby noses. The other fish, which are much hardier, were much more able to cope with the sudden changes. What I surmised as to what it was my water is from a water treatment plant down the road in Leak Slip. The water can be as low as kind of 140 parts per million of total dissolved solids, all the way up to 250, 280 total dissolved solids one day to the next. So the large water changes to maximize growth on the fish didn't work for me. So what I decided to do instead was an auto water change and drip system. So 5 times a day in here, a pump switches on for about 7 minutes, pumps out about 70 litres of water, and then over the next 5 hours it slowly drips back up to the full level again, and then it takes another 70 and 5 times a day. So what this means is, even with the water being up and down in total dissolved solids, it's happening in small amounts and it's happening over long periods of time. So if in the morning it's at 190 parts per million solids, and in the evening it's at 250 parts per million, there's only after being 140 litres being changed and added to over a very long period of time, over 10 hours. So the overall effect in the approximately 600 litre system that it is quite small. Also, my water was a bit too hard for Discus fish. It settles in around 9.1. That kind of where it maximizes out. And then it goes down to 7.4, 7.6. So once again, the slow dripping back of water and the slow water change, although over a day I'm changing more than 60% a day, maybe 70% a day of the water volume, it's happening slowly. Also, I wanted to automate the system as much as I possibly can, and I suppose this is where it's going to turn into a series of videos. I'm going to take each element in my sump and I'm going to describe that and go through that. In a previous video, I do have a quick run through of what happens in my sump, of all the different elements. I'm going to very slightly expand on that, speaking of the auto water system, and I'll put in a very short video of the water dropping and then slowly dripping. I'll just do a time lapse on it. So that's what the video is going to be, and then it's going to be, because I'm not changing massive amounts of water and I do want to grow the Discus as fast as I can, I want to keep obviously ammonia and nitrates down to absolute zero and nitrates low as I possibly can. But there's also more goes on in a fish tank than that. There's bacteria, there's little small microscopic life forms, white spots, bacterial infections, you name it, it could be anything. I have my UV filter for dealing with that. Also, there is larger larger organic matter, be it food, be it fish poo, whatever it happens to be, at the end of the tank, that I have a few bits and pieces of equipment that takes that out. But also I have my Purigen reactor, which takes out the dissolved organics that you can't see but still have a dramatic effect on a system and on Discus. They're hiding behind me here because they want to be fed. So I'll look more in this direction. But so the elements I have thought of is stable water, stable temperature, all organic waste as much as I possibly can taken out of the system. That's both solid and dissolved waste, plus dealing with the bacteria and life forms that do grow and live in a tank like this with the UV. So as I say, over the next few weeks I'm going to break down each individual piece and what it does for my system, which hopefully will maximise growth of these Discus. I got them at 6.5 centimetre Discus 2 months ago. This one almost seems slightly stunted. He's substantially bigger than 6.5 centimetres, and all the way up to this lad who's 10 centimetres at this stage, along with 1 or 2 more, but a lot of them are kind of 8, maybe 11 centimetres thereabouts. So there is great growth in the aquarium in the 2 months from what's happened. I have 35 years fish keeping experience. It has all really helped me when things are going wrong, and I'll get into what does go wrong over the videos. When I see something going wrong, how do I manage that? How do I deal with that really quickly and effectively, and how do I troubleshoot it? So that's going to be it. That's it for the video. But over the next few weeks I'll break down each individual part. I'm going to try and put a link for my sump description into the link. If I can't do that, I'll just add a little bit to the end of this video. Listen, thanks for watching guys, I really appreciate it. If you think you can get anything from this, like the video, subscribe, share, anything you can to help my little small channel grow a little bit. I'm really enjoying doing it so far. Thanks so much guys.